All right, we're just gonna jump right into it. You guys know what we do over here at Carl's Garage. And I'm gonna put this video out on Straight to Content because it's a Straight to Content comment pertaining to the Kia Hyundai stuff. So this guy says, and a lot of people don't know this, right? So a lot of people don't know that if you have a salvage title for your Kia or Hyundai, you're not gonna get your engine replaced, you're automatically denied. So this guy says 15 hours ago, so this video right here, talking about salvage title nightmare and all this other stuff. Go check out that video. He says, my 2015 Kia Optima started to knock at 143,000 miles, which again, on other cars isn't a lot of miles, but on Kias and Hyundais. And I had a guy tell me the other day, oh, my car has 300,000 miles. And I told him, I said, white alligators exist, but they're not the norm. So you know, things can happen, but it's just not the norm. You're not going to continuously get this type of performance from these vehicles, but you know, outliers exist. So he got a knock at 142,000 miles. Bless you. He bought it salvaged and called the dealership, got denied, shaking my head. And this is the crazy part. Dude said, time for insurance fraud. Please don't do that, people. Please don't do extremely illegal things just because you bought a Kia Optima or a Hyundai Sonata or whatever the hell you bought. Please don't do that, because now you're entering into a whole new situation. You know, if you bought this car salvage, hopefully you got it for a good deal. I wouldn't buy a salvage title car at all, because there's zero value into it. There's zero resale value. Unless you plan on buying that car and keeping it for the rest of your life, there's zero value, because whoever's gonna buy it in the future, if you're gonna sell it to a dealership or trade it in, they're gonna knock you for it being salvaged. And if you're gonna sell it private party, the person's gonna knock you for, you know, people do it because you can get into it cheap, but unless you plan on keeping it, like if it's like a Camry or an Avalon or a Highlander or something like that, you plan on keeping it and passing it down, and then you don't care, and you can fix all the repairs yourself, then yeah, it's not a bad idea. People do it. Or unless it's like a specific type of vehicle. Like there's certain cars that even with salvage titles, people still want them. Right now, GTRs are like that. It doesn't matter what year GTR, salvage title or not, people still want the GTR. People will still spend well over $50,000 for a GTR just because of the way that it is. Even like the old Supras, not the new ones with the BMW engines, but the old Toyota Supra, same thing. People don't care. Obviously, you're gonna get knocked a little bit, but people still don't care. They want the Supra, especially if it's original. It just maybe got into an accident, got titled. I mean, you got a salvage title. So yeah, guys, don't do that. But yes, having a salvage title does automatically disqualify you. Stay tuned for my next video, because I'm gonna be doing a big video on legit street cars. He just did a big series on his Kia Stinger, having to take it all apart just for a valve and then put it all back together. And these cars, remember I used to have one. I used to have a 2015 Kia Optima, a white one. And these things, all these cars are GDI, or yeah, gasoline direct injected, but certain manufacturers' cars build up more carbon than others. That's why his Stinger, I think it just cracked 100,000 miles. And it had already built up so much carbon that the valve hit the carbon deposit in the piston relief. All the pistons have like a little groove cut out in them to a little piston valve relief. It built up so much carbon over time that it cracked the valve, and he had to take it all apart. And again, this isn't basically what other people would do is just junk the motor. They would just swap a new motor in those things. So they're even, and that's their flagship car, the Kia Stinger twin turbo V6. But even those have major flaws, and your average person is not going to take them apart, and there's no recall. So you're thinking that you're getting a good car and their flagship car. Usually companies do big things for their flagship cars, but that has a flaw in the motor that they'll never have to recall. They'll never have to do anything. It's just a major flaw in the motor. Whereas like Rich Rebuilds, he just finished up his video with his Lexus, and nothing's wrong with the motor. It's a 2008. It's way older. He loves it. He's going to keep it. Yes, it had problems with the electronic braking system, e-brake system. But outside of that, there was zero wrong with that motor. The hybrid system, nothing wrong with the battery, nothing wrong with the motor. It's just like everything else. The pump and ABS pump and stuff like that, control arms, dumb stuff. And yes, it's hard to do those things, but there's nothing wrong with the motor. Whereas when you swap it and you go to Kia and Hyundai, there's always something wrong with the motors. So that's why it's like, I just try to tell people as much as possible, buying a salvage out of Kia or Hyundai is probably, it's just automotive suicide. There's nothing. You're already in a vehicle that loses its value more than any other car out there. And then you add salvage on top of it. You're basically just you might as well just walk up to the dealership and just give them 10 grand or whatever the hell you're giving them. Because whatever you're driving away with has zero value. So if you're just doing it just for looks, or you think that, oh, this is a cool car, it's not. And unfortunately, this is just what happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this video out and then stay tuned for the next one. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button. I keep not doing that. So I'm trying to get more videos out for Shredded Content, Carl's Garage. So stay tuned, and I'm trying to film more. So hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. It's free. So hit the subscribe button, hit that like button.